Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So today we're going to make this butterfly. So I have had a very busy few days. So I did my craft fair yesterday. I did fairly well. I sold quite a few products and it was a slow day because it was like pouring rain out. So, I mean, overall, I did better than some of the other vendors there. So I was pleased with my results. I didn't sell out. I was kind of hoping I would. But I did sell all my mix-to-mold snail planters with the succulents in it. And I sold a couple of other ones, so that was good. So I made my booth rental back plus some, so I was happy. It was a good day, but I was so tired. Oh, my word. So because I didn't have, videos backed up, I'm like, oh, what can I do that I can create today to upload for tonight? So, hence the butterflies. So, I had these they're like little earrings with the little dangly things. So, I cut them. And we are going to put them on the underside of the butterfly. So, once it's all done, it will have some hanging. So, and I am going to use a skewer stick. And I pulled out, I don't have many beads, but I did find some that will fit over the end. So I have a gray and like a neutrally tan color, whatever. So we're going to put 3 on the top and I think 3 on the bottom. And I will UV them to the stick when we get to that part. But first of all, we are going to start getting our butterfly UV'd. So because this is a butterfly and I want the wings to kind of be at an angle, I'm going to do one wing and I'm going to do the other wing. And I'm going to do the backside because I did do this as a double layer on this one. These ones are just single layers. And I don't know, we might just use 2. We might use the 3. I'm not sure yet. I did have somebody at the craft fair. She had brought up her phone and she was at one of the other vendors like right across from me. And she was looking for these type of sticks and nobody had them there. So I am going to get these made. I'm going to have a few made. So when I go to the art walk on the second Friday of May, I'll see how they go there. And, then I can go from there. So let's just go ahead and start getting some resin on here. And I'm going to try to do a thicker layer. I'm going to try putting it on with the bottle. Just so we can get maybe a thicker layer. I think it will look better. So that's what we're going to do. And then, we can embellish them after. I've got all kinds of things. But right now, I just want to get the UV resin on here. And this is just regular copy paper, guys. I just sealed it with 2 coats of spray clear gloss. That's all. And I let that dry. And then I glued this one here. I glued together with Clear Elmer's glue. So it's like anything. When you're starting to do something new, you really don't know what is going to work best, because we all have our own like different style of how what works better for us, you know? So it's a trial and errors game for sure. All right, so let me stick that under the light. So this way I can have the wings kind of more pliable, I guess you'd want to say. So maybe while that one's drying, we kind of try to work on one of the other ones. And you know what? That's gonna be the back. So I need it to go this way. So we're gonna just cure that a little bit. I'm glad I noticed that because one of them is reversed. So I'm like, crap. So I guess we're going to get the back done first on this piece. So let me do this because that one's all... So it poured so hard yesterday. Oh my goodness. Luckily, it had slowed down by the time it was ready to pack up. And it's raining again today and very cold and raw out. Ugh. Yeah, so I feel like this isn't wrinkling as much, having a little bit thicker layer on here. I don't know, it could just be me. I'm just going to hold it under there for a minute so it can dry before I kind of set it down. So, yeah. So I figured I could get this video done and then, you know, I can do like a resin project or whatever. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. It's supposed to be in the 70s. So we will be working on our pool a little bit more. Got to get the mulch and stuff around the bottom. So hopefully I'll have some more pictures to show you. So today I am just chilling. I figured I could do some crafts and yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. Okay, yeah, so I'm glad I decided to flip them. So, and this one can be a little bit more flat because it's going to be the back one. So what I probably should have done was did some of the wings off camera, so I had them done to speed up the video, but I know a bunch of you have been waiting for this butterfly one, so You know, and it's just taking your time to get like some of the extra embellishments that, you know, you can add to these. Because that's what really makes it, is once you start adding all the embellishments. All right, so while that one's drying on that side, let's get this half done. So I will see how, if the one layer works, if it wrinkles more than the two. And if it does, I think at that point what I'll start doing is just doing double layers on all of them, if that makes any sense. And I'm using this little scribe thing because I ended up pouring a lot out. I want it thick, but I don't want it like running over everywhere. That under there, and let's get this other side done, and then I'll do the middle piece after. That way we can still kind of maneuver our wings. I was going to bring the two that I made, but they weren't the greatest, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just stick them in my plant pots, and, you know, they're good enough for me. Got a hair on here somewhere. I still didn't get it. Yeah, I got it that time, guys. Okay. So, and this is still a little pliable, so I'll try to get it maneuvered here. So I think we'll start with the 2 butterflies, and we'll see how that looks. We can always add the 3rd one if we think it's necessary. Because I know this part can be kind of tedious, just but I do want them to be, you know, have some sort of substance to them. All right, so let's get our little body done here. I'm going to take my scribe, and we're going to get our little antenna thingies. You know what? I am going to do the other side because it feels like a real bit thin. So I'm just going to give this side a coat. And this will just help give it more structure. And then we'll do the back side. And that way we don't have to worry about those little antennae falling off or breaking off. All right, I'll get this side done. So I know a lot of you, probably all of you, watch Claire's Crafty Corner, and she has tried something different, the Power Tex. So it really intrigued me. So I started looking into it, and the U.S. warehouse is a half an hour from where I live. It is in Sanford, Maine, that's where I grew up, in Sanford. So it said that, you know, you could go to the warehouse, but it's only by appointment. So I don't know if I'm just going to order some from Amazon. In the meantime, I'll have to call tomorrow and see, like, when I could get in there, if I could, to shop. Or do you just have to shop from their website? I don't know yet. So I'm thinking about trying it. So what do you guys think? Is that something you'd like to kind of play around with for a little bit? And there we go. So, yeah, that is definitely much better. So I think the next thing that I'm going to have to do is get these adhered before I put the next layer on, because where's my other piece? I had two of these. Really? Did I lose it already? I have another one I cut, but I just cut one. I cut two. Did I drop it on the floor? I'm not seeing it. Oh, you're kidding me right now. I have the ones that are already together. All right. just lost my snippers again because I put them in the wrong bin. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to cut the other one. So I tried to do that off camera so that, you know, it wasn't going to take so much time. And so I just fold that part out of the way because this is going to be underneath the butterfly anyhow, so this really isn't going to show. Come on. I have such a hard time working with gloves on, guys. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to glue that one there. So that's going to have some dangling. And now we've got to do our little center here, our little body. Oops. Bit much. So I will just kind of spread it out a little bit. And we're going to put this one on this, just like that. So I'm just going to put some UV resin down. Just want to get it tacked enough where it does not move. And then we can stick it underneath the light. All right, and let's get this one on. Snip this little piece off right here. I gotta be careful, because the last one I got some of this UV resin into the chain, and it almost glued my chain stuck, so I didn't want to do that again, so all right, now okay. Oops. Just snapped, so I gotta put some more UV resin because I snapped it right there. And I did not want to do that. So that's looking cute. So now we have got to get our skewer done here. So I'm going to use a small one, and then we're going to do a big one, and then a small one. Oh. So I want this flush. Right in there like that. Hang on. Okay. So let's get, I'm going to put a little bit of the UV on the top, and we're going to cure that. So that way it can't pop off. Because we don't want to be losing our beads. And then we'll just put a little drizzle and a little drizzle. And then we can take our little sticky here. I'm just gonna roll it a little bit to get that cured so it's not rolling around. And then I'll stick it under the light for a couple minutes while I get my little dot things out. All right, I'm gonna have to take off a glove now because I cannot work with that with my gloves on, guys. I just can't. Because this is the double-sided glue dots. These are smaller than I thought when when I ordered them, but we'll make them work. And I'm thinking about UVing that and then adding another one for this one. That way there, it does not move. And put that, oops. Now why is that not wanting to stick? All right, and I'm just getting it up onto the butterfly. And then I'll stick this under the light for a couple minutes. And we'll get this side done. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to find a different way to glue these pieces together because these glue dot things just are not securing them the way I want them to be secured. Because I mean, that is just floating around in there. All right. So that is adhered there. That's adhered there. I'm gonna stick this under the light for a few minutes. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can get this to adhere under the big light. Okay, so I got it cured. Now it's on there. So I put another little piece and then I just UV'd like really good to the stick, to the butterfly. So yeah, I got that. And there we go. I had a little bit of UV that had dripped and was preventing my little chains from moving here. All right. So we have got that down. Now we can start with some of the funner stuff. Let me put a few out here so that we can kind of see our colors and our shapes. So we've got some teardrops. Kind of wondering if I need another teardrop. So maybe if we did the green in the middle. Okay, let's put this at the top. Think that might work on the bottom layer. Let me see here. And do I have another yellow right there? This is the hardest part of these, is these just little fiddly bits. You know what? I'm going to get my glue gun out. I'm going to get my glue gun out because I think we can tack it with the glue and then do the resin. All right, so I'm using my small glue gun, and yeah, that is not working because it is leaking everywhere. So let me pull that out. And I'm just going to put a little bit bigger one on the underneath wing. Kind of like that. And I've got the little drippy bits everywhere. Yeah, now I know why I stopped using my little glue gun, because it's a pain in my keister. I'm gonna see if I could just cover some of that that black bit. But do I have another black stone for the other side? That is, and I do. Oh. Come on. All right, now I'm gonna pull my stick out so it'll stop running. Oh, lordy, lordy. All right. And I'm trying to get all these little hair things off me. Just trying to see now how that would look for the body. No, I need a different color. Let's see if this, because that has blues and purples in it. Yeah, I think that'll look okay there. And then I can put some flowers. Okay. All right, guys, I am gonna get a different glue gun, because this one is just, it's gonna go in the trash once it cools down, because I have had enough of that leaking. I'll just go with my big guy here. Because I'm going to spend more time picking up the little bit things than I'm going to be doing anything else. All right. Now let's get some little flowers. Nope, I don't like them ones. I don't. Oh, lordy, lordy. No, I don't think I'm gonna put flowers on this one, guys. I think these are just gonna be way too big. Yeah, it's just gonna cover the whole flower. All right, so let's try to, I guess we'll just bling this bad boy out. Oh, if we can, if I can get these turned over. Nope, don't like that either. All right, so we've got those glued. I just don't know if, you know, like if I should put another color in there. Wow, my fingers just are not working. No. So we probably don't even need this glue gun because I'm going to get let's see. This is just UV glitter. Oop. I'll get that to hold. I just didn't like the white, like, kind of showing up there. I don't know. All right, so let's see what this watermelon looks like. And let's see. Dry that, and then I'll put a little bit more on the other side to make kind of even them out. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll add a flower underneath. And I think we're gonna just kind of go around. So basically, I'm just kind of like adding some texture now. and we'll just do the same on this side. Okay, so I'm liking that. I just need something under here to let's just see how this would look. Don't know. Yeah, it kind of looks okay. So, I'm gonna pour. Now this glue gun is not working. Can nothing go right today? Oh. All right, wait a minute. Yeah, let's just... Stick it under the light for a minute. Oh, I guess I'm still too tired to be crafting, guys. my brain just is hurting. It is. No, I don't like that either. So I'm going to turn this around, and I'm just going to put some UV, put that, and get my light on that. I got to UV the other ones in too. All right, I'm going to stick it under there for a minute. And I'm just going to pull a few little, like pink, purple ones to put on that black underneath that I want to cover up. And let me just get rid of these in the trash. So I got a couple of pinks. Find 4 of the same color. There we go. Because I got to glue these in anyways, so we'll put some UV resin, and I want to get it underneath that little piece. Come on. And on this one, I want to cover this spot. I want to get that up underneath that stone. And I'll just put one there. So they'll be a little bit different. All right. And I think we're going to call this one done because my brain just is not functioning the way it should. So let's put our final little beads on. So we want the small one and then the big one so it matches the top. And all kinds of like little glue bitsy things. There we go. So let's see. Do we make it matchy-matchy or... All right, I think we're gonna go with that. Again, we're just gonna put our UV so it is like glue. And then we're gonna spread that around so it's locking those beads in. And I just lost a stone. Come on, get off there. So note to self, put your danglies on last, because they're getting all up in my stuff here, and I ain't liking it. Okay, no, that stone was there. Okay, we didn't lose one. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so here is our finished little plant stake. So what do you think, guys? And I think just adding that little bit of glitter really, really helped. I might go in and add a little, I don't know. But I'm going to call that for now. But this is our first attempt at a butterfly. So we'll do better next time. Yeah, for sure. We will do better next time. But now we have a stake that's big enough to go, you know, like in the whole plant pot. Say this is our pot. We could put it in the back with our flowers up here, and it would be pretty hanging in the background. So yeah. Alrighty, guys. Hopefully I'm going to be back on track here in another day or so. So thank you. And if you're still with me, I appreciate it. I struggled on this one, guys, but we'll get there. Alrighty, guys, have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.